Is James Gunn going to pull this off? I don't know. I have my doubts. This is the Sock Show. Well, hello and welcome to the Sock Show. And now I've got to ask, is James Gunn slipping just a little? Is he just a wee bit overwhelmed over there at DC Studios? I mean, he just started getting the ball rolling and now things are being moved around already. And this news came from the little horse's mouth himself over on X. According to Gunn, Peacemaker and Superman will now be filming simultaneously, and Waller, well, it'll be filmed after. Originally, Waller was planned to be shot before Peacemaker. Now, does this really matter? Well, it doesn't to me. I hated Peacemaker, and Waller, well, I could take it or leave it because it sounds boring as hell. But I can't help but wonder if he's moving the chess pieces around because of all the hype surrounding the Penguin series and the movie Joker Follow a Do that are both coming up this fall. You know, what with them both being Elseworlds projects and all, and not really part of Gunn's vision and or world. I mean, if you think about it, the two biggest DC projects coming this year have absolutely nothing to do with Gunn's world. And then we have the Batman 2, suddenly kicked back to October 2026, an entire year later than originally planned. Yeah, I know, they say it's because of the strikes, and it very well could be, but all of Gunn's projects are moving full steam ahead, and so it does make one wonder. And speaking of the Batman 2, it's been recently announced it will begin production in April of 2025, and I gotta ask, why so damn late? This film is every bit as important as Gunn's Superman, if not more so. At least the formula is more or less a proven success based on money made from the last one. And then there's the fact that Gunn really hasn't given us very much as far as his Superman movie is concerned. You would think that with a film that has so much writing on it, well, he'd give us more than just a weird-looking S and a pic of a DC character that hardly anyone knows in an unrecognizable uniform, and another one of him kissing a dog in the snow. Yeah, the strike again. And again, I know, but damn it, Matt Reeves managed to release the first video test footage of Pattinson as Batman that drove the world wild on February 20th, 2020. And the movie itself didn't come out until March of 2022. And the man was working through the trials and tribulations of a freaking pandemic. So one would think that someone as ingenious and held in such prestigious high regard as little Jimmy Gunn, well, you'd think he could at least give us a little something. Wouldn't one? I mean, it's DC for freaking sakes. And DC fans are hungry to see just what in the hell is going on. Well, except maybe for the diehard Gunn kiddies chewing on their Hot Pockets, swearing allegiance to all things Gunn. Because to them, little Jimmy, well, he can do no wrong. And so I wonder, is James Gunn taking on more than he should have? Did he promise more than he can possibly deliver? Is the pressure of rebooting DC under the shadow of Zack Snyder more than he can possibly handle? Say what you will about Zack, and many of you do and or will, but he was never really given free reign to the DC throne or the type of total control that Gunn has been given. Not to mention that the powers that be over at WBD have not at least yet overridden Gunn on any of his decisions. You see, Gunn do what Gunn want to do, so saith the Zaslav, for now anyways. Try as Jimmy Gunn may do, the shadow of what once could have been is cast in such a large way that it just has to be chapping his sphincter a little. Zack has been gone from DC for years, and yet his words, hell, his very presence commands more attention than anything Gunn seems to muster up for anyone these days. Well, except for, as I mentioned before, the Gunn kiddies. and the looming fact that the successful Elseworlds projects are beyond his control, or at least that's what we are told anyways. And that means that the success DC achieves from them will have none whatsoever to do with anything that came out of Jimmy's little pea picking mind. He didn't write them, he didn't create them, and so he gets no credit for them and receives no accolades for them. And so for a narcissistic control freak like James Gunn, well, I for one believe it has to be eating the ever-loving crap out of him. And that's my thoughts for the day. If you'd like to comment on anything I've rambled on, hell, please feel free to do so in the comment section below. And while you're at it, why don't you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next Sock Show. As always, thanks for stopping by. God bless and socks out.